Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is my video clip for pseudo-ruminant digestive systems. So my animal of choice is a rabbit. So looking at the right side here, we can see the digestive system. So it starts here in the mouth with the salivary glands, moves down into the esophagus, down into the stomach, makes its way down to the small intestine, the cecum, and then the colon area. So starting with the mouth, this is where the chewing starts with breaking down any type of nutrients, and there is amylase in the saliva, which begins to break down the food. The esophagus is responsible for moving the food down to the stomach. The stomach is where fermentation occurs and pepsin begins digestion. The small intestine is where most of the absorption occurs from any type of nutrient. The cecum furthers the digestion, so there's mild fermentation that occurs here. And then the colon is responsible for absorbing any extra moisture or water in the nutrients that can be used. So looking at the location of metabolism, digestion, and absorption. So starting with the proteins, an example would be like a leafy lettuce. So this absorption occurs in the small intestine. Digestion. So pepsin in the stomach breaks down the proteins to be used as an energy source. Most of the digestion of carbohydrates and simple proteins takes place in the duodenum. And the jejunum and the products of this digestion are absorbed across the jejunal brush border. Looking at the metabolism, so acid and enzymes help moisten the food, which in this case would be the protein, to then be broken down by pepsin in the stomach. The liver processes these proteins and converts them into energy. Next, we're going to be looking at fats. So an example would be vegetable oil. So the metabolism occurs in the liver, and it breaks down the fats to later be used for energy. The absorption occurs in the small intestine, and digestion, bile that is found in the liver breaks up the fats, and then the pancreas then breaks them down into fatty acids. Next, we have carbohydrates. Example would be glucose. So bacteria in the cecum ferment and break down the carbohydrates, turning them into VFAs, which can then be absorbed as a source of energy. The absorption begins in the mouth with the saliva and then continues into the small intestine, where the pancreatic enzymes help with digestion and absorption. And amylase in the saliva breaks down the contents. And then again, the carbohydrates are digested in the duodenum, so part of the small intestine. And then vitamins, we're looking at vitamin A. So vitamin A is stored in the liver to be later used for better immune system function as well as healthy growth. The absorption occurs in the small intestine. Most of the digestion and absorption of the psychotrophy materials such as amino acids, VFAs, and vitamins and microbial organisms take place in the duodenum and jejunum. And minerals, we're looking at calcium as an example. Calcium metabolism is regulated through hormone control, such as parathyroid hormone and calcitonin. This absorption occurs in the small intestine, more specifically the duodenum. And digestion, so once eaten, the calcium is digested in the small intestine. It is absorbed. And these are my references, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you.